Feels really good to just jump into some old-fashioned news with you guys, and news we have as Riot unveiled the first patch of Split 3, effectively turning the entire game on its head and more. But let's get a few things out of the way first. Riot has been back on their tease game on socials. Every year, we obviously get a world song, and their socials team left little to the imagination with this cheeky comment under Linkin Park's new song, Emptiness Machine. It's just a little crown emoji, but it's pretty plain to see what that means. Picked up by Caedrel and then esports journalist Ashley Kang, the tracklist for Linkin Park's new upcoming album featuring new female lead vocalist Emily Armstrong has a song called Heavy is the Crown. And given the way the release song Emptiness Machine sounds, I could definitely see them also doing a song that fits the world's thematic. Not only that, longtime Linkin Park vocalist Mike Shinoda hasn't exactly been shy with his support of Riot, appearing at the Arcane Season 1 premiere a few years ago. Here's a clip of that if you don't remember it.
How excited are you for the Arcane premiere tonight?
I'm very excited. I'm a little bit of I feel like for me, as more of a fan of Riot and especially Valorant, that is I'm a little bit like a fish out of water in a sense. But I am excited to be here.
Okay, you came up here, you didn't tell me your name, so I don't know your name.
My name is Mike Shinoda. I play in a band called Linkin Park. She didn't know that. This is a great reaction.
Yeah, Otherly ain't never living that one down. Moving on, we got a pretty funny and, if I'm honest, surprisingly uncommon pause in the LCK earlier this week. Keria, amidst a Worlds qualifying series against Harm Wildlife, decided he needed to go to the bathroom. Check out the clip.
Soul just better though.
Getting the Baron.
I mean, Baron's nice.
The game, and they have a lead. I think we might begin to
I
see
guess
some
if you
of those
start,
fights that actually look like they've got the whole team on the same page as we have a pause.
I guess if you do both objectives, no matter which one they go to, you'll get the other, right? Soul or Baron.
Guard on Viper.
Fair enough.
Summoners across the.
What's the
I think
pause?
it becomes a lot more realistic.
Did someone's headset break?
Wait,
Keria left the stage.
I think a very lackluster game.
So
called out repeatedly.
Is it a toilet
this
issue?
This is a yes. The legendary toilet issue. It has returned. Keria says, okay,
I need the
I'm very nervous. It's getting to me. I need to run to the toilet, so we'll take a little
there is no way he's running
break,
off stage
and,
to take
he'll
a...
be back, and we'll
Oh my god, Keria, you're not serious, man.
I cannot imagine the pressure that dude was feeling to get the job done in the men's room. Anyway, Riot has revealed a new trading card game. Move over Legends of Runeterra because Rune Battlegrounds is here. Take a look at the promo. Now, before you get excited, it has unfortunately been confirmed by communications at Riot, Joe Hickson, that this is a China exclusive. But he didn't rule out a global release at some stage. I'm not sure if the trading cards will just be electronic or they'll be physical too, but I won't lie and say I wasn't excited at the thought of owning physical League cards. Hopefully one day. Also just thought I'd throw in here quickly if you missed it, last week I unveiled a huge lore project I'm working on with an art studio, so if you haven't seen that, the link will be in the description below. And while you're on the way down there, don't forget to subscribe because it really goes a long way. And now for the changes that will turn the way the entire game is played on its head. At the end of this section, there'll also be a table with all the item changes included there too. Earlier today, the 2024 Split 3 gameplay changes dev blog was released, which of course will be in the description. Let's run through a lot of it here, just in case you're a jungle player that can't read. In the first section, it says every legendary item will be losing 5 to 15% of its stat efficiency. The goal for this is clear: slow down combat pacing, reduce snowballing, and making champions themselves take up more of the power budget. They said like when you want to lock in Jinx and Yasuo, you lock in Jinx and Yasuo. You don't want to be playing Infinity Edge Simulator, so to speak. They're effectively calling this the Durability Update 2.0. On paper, I don't hate this concept, until I actually saw the item changes, which are pretty hectic. We'll get into those shortly. They also had all this to say about how it affects each class, and aren't you lucky I'm here because I'm gonna make you read all that. Firstly, Burst Mage itemization has less ability haste while keeping high AP and magic penetration. This will mean if you hit your spells, they're still going to hurt, but are more costly for the user as they can't be spammed. Secondly, they said, quote, we pushed for larger differences among Skirmisher, Diver, and Juggernaut items. We targeted around 20% power budget into defense for Skirmisher items and closer to 50% for Juggernauts. They also shuffled Black Cleaver and Serylda's identity around while also nerfing sources of movement speed on most other classes, which is kinda an indirect buff to fighters. Next was ADCs. Quote, we've generally lowered the amount of level scaling in their items since they already multiply each other with gold better than other item systems. Tanks were also one of the least changed classes, except making them more reliant on actual resistances instead of just health for specificity purposes. AD Assassins also kinda copped the same treatment as AP Mages, haste nerfs but maintaining damage, allowing for skill expression, and Enchanters had items simplified but lost a lot of damage across the board, because good. The amount of times I've seen Enchanters be able to solo an ADC early mid-game is wild, and that should not be happening. They also added a huge one, the return of the highly controversial rune Lethal Tempo, although it's a fair bit different to what it was. Biscuits were also shifted to give more HP and less mana, because Riot feels there is too much mana availability in runes as it is. They also added another couple of quality of life changes, including item queuing, and here's how it works. Quote, when you're in the item shop, now you'll have the ability to queue an item build. This saves the item for you and displays it in your HUD. This new HUD element will display the item currently in your build queue, your gold progression towards your queued item, and also the hotkey to open the shop. As you play and gain gold, you'll see a progress bar to indicate your gold versus the total cost of the item. When you return to the fountain to purchase, you'll see that the button for queuing the item now becomes a Purchase Components button. This is a one-click purchase that will automatically purchase all the components you can currently afford with the gold amount that you have. It'll also prioritize the most expensive components that you can currently afford. As another quality of life, they also added an alert if you leave the fountain at the start of the game if you didn't buy an item. This is just to avoid ruining your early game. And on the vein of reminders and notifications, they also added objective announcements letting you know when things are spawning, potion and biscuit reminders, an alert when there's combat in your jungle, and a new emote. This is what they had to say about the jungle alert. To help our jungler friends, we have a new system generated ping that triggers when combat in your jungle occurs. This has an audio and minimap VFX to let you know that your jungle is currently being invaded. Now, you can quickly pivot your plans and see if you can turn that invade into an early advantage. And the new emote is the My Bad interactive emote that I'm sure the community will somehow find a way to turn toxic. It reads, simply press the I key and the My Bad interactive emote will pop up to express your sincerest apologies. Then your teammate can respond by using the same interactive emote, and just like that, all of your transgressions have been forgiven and the two of you can go on to be best friends and win the game. I don't know, all these pings and notifications and alerts are obviously dumbing down the game a fair bit, but it all sounds like it's just to help the new players and shouldn't affect those of us who have played the game for a long time anyway, so it's kind of whatever. As far as all the item changes that are coming, you're gonna love me for this. I've made a table showing all of them. I'm gonna put it up on the screen now for about 5 seconds, so please pause to be able to read which of your favorite items Riot is gutting for the next patch. All done reading? Good, because I'm all done talking. Thank you all so much for watching, and again, if you enjoy this new styled League content, consider subscribing. I'll see you guys in another video very, very soon. Bye!